All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. You are live and direct once again with your Akazaki Yahoo. As always, I'm giving all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah Bashem, Yahushua Hamashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say shalom wa baruchim. That is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day when the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant, back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, with our enemies, our adversaries, and all those who hate us. Our praises to the Almighty Yah. Hallelujah. All right. So welcome back again with another quick lesson. You know, I was talking with my wife the other day, and we were talking about marriage and unmarriage and what can happen after that. And I said to her, I said, I probably had better make a lesson on that because how many of our people don't even know that these things are not to be done? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many of our people don't realize that these things are not to be done? When you, Israelite man, Israelite woman, uh, when you go off and you deal with people in a manner, it means something. When you cross certain lines and certain boundaries, it means something. So you got to be cognizant of these things that you do. It's not just fun and games out here. You know, it's not just willy nilly do what you want, act how you decide to out here. It's real. It's real out here. It's so for real, and we got to be ever so cognizant. We have to be ever so mindful of all of these things because none of this is for play. You understand? None of this is for play. And I'm stalling just a moment because I'm posting to other places this particular lesson. But none of this is for play, and that's real. Stalling or not stalling, none of this is for play. So we're going to visit Deuteronomy chapter 24, and we're going to look at verses 1 through 4. Now, anybody who knows already know what Deuteronomy 24, 1 through 4 is going into. It's going on the law or the Torah concerning divorce. Some people said that the Messiah negated the terms of divorce, and I beg to differ with that. I don't believe that the Messiah would wait all that time before he came back and said anything about divorce, especially if it was an ongoing problem, as he alluded to. I believe that the issue that he was having was something that had not been addressed. And so, anyway, nevertheless, we're going to stick with the Torah. The Torah says what it says. It was approved, given by the Most High, and shared through his prophet Moses, Moshe. All right, so this is Deuteronomy chapter 24. Let's get it on the screen here. Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 1. This is the law of divorce. When a man have taken a wife and married her. Now, let's pause right there real quick. Understand what we're dealing with. First of all, Devarim is the Torah. This is the instruction given by the representative of the Most High unto Moses, Moshe, Musha, however you choose to pronounce his name, because he needed to be clear and concise for all of us, all these thousands of years later, exactly what we are supposed to understand as it pertains to the instruction of the Most High. That is how serious the Torah is. So very serious that he did not give the Torah to Moses, to Moshe, to Musha in a dream or a dark speech. He, in fact, talked to him face to face, not face to face, but mouth to mouth, as a man talketh with his friend. That is the instruction that Moses was given. All right, this is how serious this whole thing is. I had to move the logo out the way because I didn't want to cover any other what we're looking at here. All right. So when a man taketh a wife and marries her, what does it mean to take a wife and marry her? There are certain aspects that go into a marriage. Number one, you're not married if nobody knows about it. You have to have 2 or 3 witnesses. Let every matter be established by 2 or 3 witnesses. That is the bare minimum. You need 2 or 3 witnesses for everything, including a marriage. So if it's just you and this woman, that's not 2 witnesses, because who's witnessing the actual marriage? It has to be 2 or 3 witnesses to the actual marriage, not just, okay, baby, it's me and you. We married now, so we can do our thing. Okay, you need to have 2 or 3 witnesses. That's number one. If a man had taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that he find no favor, that she find no favor in his eyes. So when he's married this woman, for some odd reason, she is not finding favor in his eyes. They're not getting along. She's not doing what he desires in a wife. Whatever the purpose, whatever the reasoning, he's not happy. He's not pleased with this situation. Why is he not pleased? Because it's in his ruach that this is not the situation that he wants to be in. He can find out this lady is a Canaanite and he was never supposed to marry her in the beginning. He can find out that her great grandfather was a Caucasian man, and he's saying, I didn't really want to be married to no Caucasian woman, and he don't want to be with her. All right. She found no favor in his eyes because he had found some uncleanness in her. And that's anything that he see fit to be, because a man is not bound to a woman that he don't want to be with. That's what we're reading here. Let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house. So the instruction is clear. He's taken a wife. He's married her. The marriage is solidified. They have laid together. It should be a hymen that's broken. In this modern society, we don't get that as much as we should. But that's a blood covenant. There should be no issue there. It comes to pass that she finds no favor in his eyes. Somehow, some way, he's not pleased with her. He's not happy with her. He doesn't want to deal with her. He doesn't want to be with her because he had found some uncleanness in her. Let him write her a bill of divorcement, give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. So, once he sends her away, he gives her the bill of divorcement and he sends her out of his house. She is out from him. All right. Now, even though he's given her a bill of divorcement, even though he sent her out of his house, this woman, by obligation, is not his wife. But at this point right here, in verse 1, she can return. She can legitimately and return. If he decides, I kind of miss her, I kind of can get over that thing I didn't like about her. I kind of can get over that thing that I really didn't want about her. She can return. Here, she can return. Verse 1, she can come back. All right, let's read verse 2. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. Now, this is the part where she cannot come back. See this? She may go and be another man's wife. So this first man married her, divorced her, sent her out of his house. She's departed out of his house. And if she goes and becomes another man's wife, she cannot return to this first husband. She cannot return to this first husband. This is very important, which is why I'm doing this lesson. She cannot return to this first husband. She cannot return to this first husband. This cannot happen under any circumstance, regardless of how much time has transpired. Any of this, she cannot return. She cannot return. Once she is with another man, she is at a point of no return. You understand? Please understand this. This is very important. Not to Hazaki Yahu, but to the Most High, the power of Israel. Once she has become another man's wife, she cannot return. Once she has laid with another man, she cannot return. Women, if you think you want to be with the husband, even if he divorces you, you need to stay single. Don't be going out here testing the waters, trying to see if you want to deal with Tyrone, trying to see if you want to deal with Jimbo, trying to see if you want to deal with anybody else, because once you cross that line, you cannot return to your first husband. If he decides he wants to be with you, if he decides he's willing to take you back, and you've been with another man, you can't return to him. That is, we're going to get to that. All right. But I'm hitting on this for a major reason. She may go and become another man's wife. Verse 3. And if the latter husband, so the whose wife she became, she goes and becomes another man's wife. Now, if this latter husband, the next husband she takes, hate her and write her a bill of divorcement, give it in her hand and send her out of his house, or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, meaning they have laid together. If this man touches her in a physical husband and wife manner, she cannot go back to this former husband. Verse 4, her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. After that, she is defiled. This is why discretion and discipline is so very important in this situation. If you are a woman in Israel and you have your husband has found something he don't like about you, giving you a bill of divorcement, sent you out of his house, and you've gone and you've linked up with somebody else, and you lay with that man, you cannot go back to that former husband, because the Most High have given to Moses that you are defiled. For that is abomination before Yahuwah. And you shall not cause the land to sin, which Yahuwah your power gave you for an inheritance. That is an abomination. That is an abomination. The abominable will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. An abomination is on the same level as homosexuality. This act right here, a man sending a woman out of his house, divorcing her, and sending her out of his house with a bill of divorcement, and her going to another man and coming back to her husband, that is an abomination. The Most High views that in the same way he views homosexuality. It is abominable. It is abominable. It is an abomination. The abominable shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. I'm sure you have looked at this passage before and you thought to yourself, yeah, okay, whatever the case. But I'm telling you, so that you clearly understand that doing this act, completing this act, is an abomination. If you take a woman and you marry her and you separate from her and she goes to another man and she lays with that man as a husband does a wife, she comes back to you and you lay with her, that is an abomination. And the abominable shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Again, this is how serious, how very serious this Torah is. This would be an abomination. An abomination. That is not a lightweight, easy go thing. That's not an easy, no problem type of thing. A lot of our people don't understand this. How many of our people in this captivity have gone, had a relationship with a woman, they split up, go on about their business, the woman goes somewhere else, then they meet up sometime later, sparks fly, they end up laying together again. Abomination. She done laid with some other man or two other men since she's been with you last, or more. And now she's back right where she was when she was with you. That is an abomination. The abominable will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High Yahuwah. I'm trying to make this as simple and plain as possible. Let's read it from the top. When a man had taken a wife and married her, and it comes to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement, give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. Now, all of this is fine. This woman, this man, they can get back together until this point. Once you send her out, she can come back. All right? May just needed a little cool off period, may needed some counsel, may have needed something. But if you jump to divorce and you send this woman away, she can come back at this point. Verse 2. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. At this is the point of no return. Once she crosses this line, she cannot come back to you. Period. Once she goes and becomes another man's wife, she cannot come back to you. Ladies, sisters, daughters of Zion, daughters of Sarah, If you leave your husband and you go to another man, you cannot come back to your husband, to your former husband. You cannot reconcile that relationship. That cannot happen. So we understand, and that's so very clear, that this is the point of no return. She may go and be another man's wife. Once that happens, she cannot come back to that first man. It cannot happen. Not at all. Not even once. Not even, well, I was missing you when I was gone. And, well, I kind of miss you too. I might have been a little hasty getting rid of you like that. And all of a sudden, y'all talking and having a meal. And things seem to be going well, sparks flying. Yeah, I remember that time when you said, yeah, I remember that time. You remember that time? You remember that time when it, yeah, we was, and that's all it takes. A little bit of talking and laughing. And before you know it, sparks are flying. And you thinking, I don't know why I ever got rid of this woman. I should have kept her the rest of my life. And before you know it, the latter husband, and if the latter husband hate her and write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house, or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, she cannot return unto the former husband. Because if she does, she is defiled. And that is abomination before Yahuwah. That, sirs and ma'ams, Adawan and uh, and can't think of the word for Ishas. That is abomination. Adawan and Ishas. That is abomination. And you have to also remember, the abominable shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Let's get that real quick. And let's get that in Hazal 21. Yeah, let me put it on the screen. Let me put that on the screen. I don't want you thinking that Hazakiyahu just be making up stuff. I know you don't. I know you should know. You should know better than that. Hazon, Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 8. But the fearful and the unbelieving and the abominable and the murderers, the whoremongers, the sorcerers, the idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burns with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. If you are abominable, 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 you can expect to see the second death. If you take this woman who have gone and become another man's wife, and she returns to you, and sparks fly again, and you touch this woman as if she was your wife, she is defiled, for that is abomination before Yahuwah. And you shall not cause the land to sin, which Yahuwah your power gave you for an inheritance. The abominable do not get the kingdom of the Most High. So you understand how serious this is? Do you understand? Here's a couple of scenarios. One scenario I just gave you, you split up, she go meet somebody, get vulnerable, give herself over to this man. He didn't really want her. And now she out wandering and y'all bump into each other again. And she say something and you say something. And now you find yourself having dinner, conversation, sparks flying, and you ready to touch this woman and defile her. And the Most High says this is an abomination, making you abominable. When all you had to do was not do that, don't do that. Have you been with another man? Well, you know, when I was with Harold. You know, Harold. I had met Harold, and we had some conversation, and he was talking like he was gonna, do right by me, but he said he wasn't feeling me like that. Did you lay with Harold? Well, we did spend a few nights together. Well, you got to go because I can't have nothing to do with you. Most High said, if I touch you, you defiled. And that is an abomination. I can't, in good conscience, knowingly put my hands on you, knowing that the Most High would see that as an abomination. And you not worth it. Honestly, you wouldn't be worth it. I cannot sin against my power for the idea that you would be something worth coming up, something worth me putting in between he and I. It's not worth it. I'm not doing that. Same thing with this woman. The woman should say, I'm not going to become defiled and be an abomination unto the Most High because I think I still have feelings for you. I'm not going to let you fall into that trap either. So I'm going to stay away from you because I don't want to put you in a compromising position like that. This is how serious this is, Yisrael. This is how very serious this is. I'm going to read it one last time and then I'm going to shut it down. It says, when a man had taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he had found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. This, again, is the point of no return. When she goes and becomes another man's wife, she cannot come back to you ever. At all, ever. Verse 3. And if the latter husband hate her and write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house, or if the latter husband dies, even if he dies, she can't return to that first husband, which took her to be his wife. That's the latter husband. The former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again. This is the key. May not take her again to be his wife. After that, if he does take her again, she is defiled. For that is abomination before Yahuwah. And you shall not cause the land to sin. But the fearful, Hazon 21:8, but the fearful and the unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burn with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. All right. I hope you got where I'm coming from. I hope you understand exactly what the Torah is teaching us. If you find out your woman goes to another man, she can't come back to you. That is an abomination. I've heard brothers say it's up to the man if he decides that or not. No, it's not. If she goes to another man, she cannot. Her former husband will send her away, may not take her again to be his wife. After that, after he takes her again to be his wife, she is defiled. And that is abomination before Yahuwah. I hope you got that. I hope you understand it. I hope it's clear and concise, and you can clearly see on the screen exactly where I'm reading and what it says. Because it says what it says. It's not up for interpretation. It is up for understanding. If she leaves, she can't come back. If she goes and joins herself to another man, she can never come back. If she comes back and you take her, that is an abomination. You have defiled her, and that is an abomination. All right, I'm going to shut it down. I've said that about 30 times now. All right, I do this for a specific purpose. Why do I do it? Why do we do it? Romans chapter 10 and verse 1, brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Ha'ava for Israel is that they might be saved. We want to see our people saved. We want to see our people set free. We want to see our people restored to the prominence that the Most High have promised the children of Israel. How are we going to do it? First of all, we're going to keep the faith and the belief in the Messiah, Hamashiach, to return to do the work that the Most High has said that he would do in our restoration and our regathering and our placing at the top of society as the top nation again in the earth. And also Ecclesiastes chapter number 12 and verse number 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. That's why these commandments are so important, and you have to understand what he is instructing us on. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. It is so very important to understand that in the conclusion of the whole matter, you are to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. At the end of the day, when it is all said and done, all the dust is settled and all the smoke is cleared, you will be judged on whether you have feared the Most High and kept his commandments. Why? Because this, my brothers and my sisters, is the whole duty of man. I am your Akazaki Yahoo. As always, giving all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bashem, Yahushua, HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the 4 quarters of the earth. I say Shalom, Wa Baruchim. That is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day when the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation under the Most High Power, under one covenant, back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, with our enemies, our adversaries, and all those who hate us under our feet. Until that day come, Shalom, family. All praises to the Most